We're at Headingley for the first ever Academy Grand Final between the Leeds Rhinos and the Wigan Warriors. And this is how the two sides will line up for the first ever Grand Final. For Leeds, the fullback Michael Wainwright, three-quarters Andy Kirk, Chris Chapman, Gareth Hewitt and David Foster. The two half-backs, Kevin Singfield is the captain and Scott Rhodes. And in the forwards, front row, David Wrench, Andy Speake, Danny Ward. Second rower, Jamie Jones-Buchanan and Gareth Carvell. And the loose forward is Gary Smith. Onto the substitutes bench, George Rayner, Danny Cook, Matthew Diskin, Matt Cornell. Their coach is Dean Bell. And for the Wigan Warriors, we've got the fullback Neil Turley, Liam Brotherton, Daryl Lacey, Dwayne West and Graham Taberner make the three-quarter lineup. Neil Roden and Stuart Fisher are the half-backs. And in the forwards, Chris Farrell, Mark Smith, Martin McLaughlin make the front row. Second rowers, Andrew Isherwood and John Clark. The loose forward is Phil Farrell and the captain. Onto the bench, Chris Irwin, Liam Jones, Gareth Chambers, Martin Roden. They are coached by Billy McGinty. So let's join our commentators, Joe Lydon and Bill Arthur.
Thanks, Steve-O. It's a big game for these two academy sides. The end of a long season of some tough football. Dave Ansell, the referee for this contest. And if Wigan are to do the job, then they've got to overturn Dean Bell's side. And Dean Bell, a man with a big Wigan connection. A lot of Wigan Leeds connections out there. Billy McGinty, the Leeds coach, there he is. He and Dean Bell, teammates together, and pitting their wits in this grand final. And if Wigan are to win, they must do what no other side has done in 3 years of academy rugby, and that's win here at Headingley.
Big ask for the Wigan side. All finals are going to be tough, but especially when you're playing against the opposition's, on the opposition's home ground. And Leeds have a superb reputation here at Headingley.
And immediately on the charge are the Rhinos. David Foster, the man tackled. Leeds have cruised through to this grand final, whereas Wigan have had a really tough battle to get here, winning a couple of narrow games. 19-18 against Saints and 9-8 against Hull. And the first error of the game.
Leeds setting the saw out early to make use of the ball, but on this occasion David Foster scored 17 tries this season for Leeds Academy, but just a little knock on the nerves early on.
And Wigan's first turn with the ball. Graham Taberner's first run with the ball, but meeting Leeds defence, which has been a hallmark of their season, both in the senior side and in this academy side.
That's right, Dwayne West got an early touch there. The centre, New Zealand born, son of Graham West, the ex-Wigan coach. Good defence from Leeds, driving Andrew Isherwood back in the tackle.
Fisher, Roden, and here's John Clark. Lacey now, but across comes Andy Speake with a big tackle. Positive though from Wigan early on. Brotherton taking that ball up.
We've got two sides this afternoon who know how to play the rugby league. They'll be keen to throw this ball around and make use of it.
Tricky one for Wainwright, and he can't take that ball, but I think it was Neil Turley who was in there. He took it, but that'll be the turnover.
It was both fullbacks contesting for this ball. Neil Turley managed to climb above Michael Wainwright. Great catch, but it was the last tackle and therefore the turnover. Leeds get the chance now to come out from the shadow of their own posts.
Well, I just wonder, Joe, how much those two tough games against Saints and Hull, as Leeds come up with the error.
David Wrench, almost criminal on the first tackle to bring it away from your own post. It is the danger area, and he spills the football, and that'll be crucial, or could be crucial, should this Wigan backline get the chance to score the opening try.
Well, if they were feeling weary after those two tough games, this is just the sort of start that I've hoped for. McLaughlin on, so I don't think he was expecting that one, Martin McLaughlin.
Well, earlier handling errors by both sides, put it down to nerves, I think, because we have seen throughout the season these two teams really on top of their form throughout the season. Great skills shown, but we've had a couple of early mistakes. I think it'll take both packs to settle down, and then we'll start to see the football being played. Great break here on the outside.
Jamie Jones-Buchanan with a big run, but then that's another bad pass. It's retrieved though by Sinfield. Now can Leeds show what they're capable of? Here comes big Gareth Carvell, and Dave Ansell catches Wigan offside.
The referee Dave Ansell had 3 to pick from. Isherwood, the second row forward, being one of them. No hesitation, it's banging in centre field. 30 metres out, and I think Kevin Sinfield will have a shot at goal here. Try and get the early points on the board through the penalty.
Well within kicking range of Kevin Sinfield. He's had a productive season with the boots, as well as scoring 9 tries. Leeds have had some big wins. He's played first team football as well as Kevin Sinfield. Dean Bell looking on impassively. Behind him Graham Murray, the first team coach of the Leeds Rhinos. They've got of course a big game of their own to look forward to. Sinfield straight onto the posts. He's got plenty of height, he's got the direction, and he's put Leeds into a 2-0 lead.
First blood to the Leeds Rhinos, Kevin Sinfield. So calm and cool. One of the younger members of the academy squad, only 17. But great experience already, has played first team football. And collects 2 points for the Leeds Rhinos.
Penalty to the Leeds Rhinos captain, number 6, Kevin Sinfield.
So Wigan punished for that straying offside. And here's a touch for Phil Farrell. And a big touch for him as he runs into Gareth Carvell, Jamie Jones-Buchanan and David Wrench. 3 big guys in that Leeds pack.
Well, 2 prop forwards making the presence felt there from the kick-off. Driving into Farrell, cleaning him straight onto the floor. Great tackling. Again, 3 men in the tackle for Leeds, putting the pressure on Wigan.
Taberner speak there with the tackle, and so was Gary Smith. Here's Isherwood. Spent most of the season playing in the Wigan A team, but eligible for this academy side. On the last tackle, and Fisher puts the kick in. Not a particularly good one. And Michael Wainwright is able to pick it up, and then Wainwright is away. Sold the dummy. Turley comes across to meet him, and the tackle completed eventually, but Wainwright exploited a poor chase from Wigan there. And Leeds with another opportunity with big Dan Ward.
One of the players picked for Great Britain in the forthcoming internationals against France. Dan Ward. 6 of the players from Leeds in that squad. They now look to go along the line on the right-hand side, and they have an overlap.
As Jamie Jones-Buchanan flips that ball out, and it's Andy Kirk in support. The winger got there in the end. It was the second rower who found himself out there on the wing to start with, and then Kirk looped round to provide the support, and a great little flick pass by Jamie Jones-Buchanan, and Andy Kirk gets his 4th try of the season.
Wigan at full stretches, the Leeds backline put the ball across the line. Great handling, some dummy runners as well. Jamie Jones-Buchanan outside, a lovely little flick pass with the right hand, just finds Andy Kirk in enough space to cross for the line. Wigan always on the stretch, use a slide defence. Jamie Jones-Buchanan straightens up, uses a fend on West, and then the little flick pass with the right hand. And there's Andy Kirk to collect and cross for Leeds' first try. That's 6 points with a kick to come. Again, good handling from Leeds, long passes, Sinfield involved, finds Buchanan the second row out wide, and then this beautiful pass for the try by Andy Kirk. 4th of the season, first for Leeds today.
16-year-old Andy Kirk, one of the new boys in this side, but has already made a big impact. So is this man, Kevin Sinfield. Successful with a penalty, but this a lot trickier. Wide out to the right, again he's got height, but this time the direction isn't there, but nevertheless it's a good start for Leeds. They are ahead by 6 points to 0.
This is the try again. Wigan rattled by the run deep into their own half by Michael Wainwright, the Leeds fullback, and then once Buchanan gets on the outside, great pass though to get the try in there for Andy Kirk. The perfect start for Leeds. Although unsuccessful with the conversion, they lead 6-0.
Just a question, Joe, of how much those two very close elimination games have taken out of this Wigan side. Turley, the man taking the ball there, who's won them both with drop goals against St Helens and Hull this week. It must have been draining for Wigan.
It is, and it'll be interesting to see if they do concede a few more points. Then I think then it'll become a factor. The players will start to think about those games, not meaning to, but using them as an excuse. They really have to get down the field, put some pressure on the Leeds line, and hopefully come up with some points. He's one player that can do that. John Clark offloads in the tackle.
And still going, Neil Roden. Good run from Neil Roden. We need more of that. Andrew Isherwood trying to straighten up, but runs into James Buchanan.
Again, one of the big guns that Wigan have brought back for this game. It'll be interesting to see how Wigan play. They haven't played together as a team. Leeds, on the other hand, have had the luxury of having this team not only rested but played together for most of the season.
Foster, the man tackled, and again Wigan caught offside.
And again Dave Ansell, a choice of 3 to pick from, creeping inside the 10. Quite clear there, 3 or 4 players to choose from. Again another penalty to Leeds. Great kick into the corner by Sinfield. Another opportunity for the Leeds Rhinos to attack this Wigan Warriors line.
Leeds with the 2 penalties to their name. Nothing has come Wigan's way yet. That ball was lost. Leeds thought it went backwards. Danny Ward thought it went backwards. Just questions that decision.
No, Dan Ward trying to get it out for the pass. It was the first tackle right from the tap. He would have been better advised, I think, to hold on to that ball and build that platform for his forwards to take another drive towards the Wigan line.
Disappointed Danny Ward. Doesn't bode well for Wigan. He'll be feeling pretty sore about that. McLaughlin. Oh, he caught a high one there, I think, from Jamie Jones-Buchanan. The referee didn't spot that one. Bretherton.
Well, I think he was on his way down.
In fact, it was
Sinfield that came across to make the tackle, filling in the block behind the play the ball area. We'll see that a lot today. Kevin Sinfield covers across the line to make sure that any half breaks he can collect with the tackle.
John Clark, the man tackled, unlucky to miss out on the Wigan first team squad for their grand final appearance at Old Trafford next weekend. It's another poor kick really from Wigan. Fisher's not found his range yet.
Now he needs to be putting the ball much further down the field, turning the full back for Leeds Rhinos, Michael Wainwright, and making him chase back. Also make him use a lot of energy and try and tire him out, because as we saw early on in this match, once Michael Wainwright breaks the line, he can be devastating in the open field.
Jones Buchanan, the man tackled. Here is Danny Ward.
I suggest that one was a half a yard forward. The referee didn't spot it, but his touch judge did. Good call from the officials. Here we see it from the acting halfback. Just a touch forward, but they all count as long as they're spotted, and a good job on this occasion by the assistant on the sideline.
We mentioned big game coming up. It's Leeds, St Helens, all to play for. Grand final place to play for tonight at 6:30. Sky Sports 1, that's immediately after this game. These youngsters with their own grand final now.
Good to see too, the crowd, Bill, filling up, obviously anticipating a great match. St Helens versus the Leeds Rhinos, but they have also come along to watch this and support Leeds playing at home in the final.
I feel sorry for Wigan, in fact, because they've got Leeds and St Helens supporters in the ground here opposing them.
There'll not be many clapping for Wigan.
But those that are here supporting Wigan will be pleased with that set of 6 and that kick.
Better from Mark Smith. This is the first real occasion where Wigan have come down here in a set of 6 tackles into the Leeds area, put a kick in that's been meaningful, and got them good distance and good yardage. Mark Smith keeping the hooking spot ahead of John Clark, the more experienced player.
Wigan looking to pin Leeds down in their own territory now. Andy Speak has discarded the headgear he started the game in, the Leeds hooker. Here's Danny Ward, bulldozing run from him. Clark trying to get to grips with him, and that takes some doing, and Clark and Ward just having a little bit of a go at each other, and it's Clark who's penalised.
And watch Dan Ward when he gets up from this, having won the penalty. Just a little smile to John Clark. Against each other today, but teammates in the Great Britain squad at the end of the season.
John Clark, who in fact will captain the Great Britain academy side,
due to play 2 matches against the French under-21s, but more important things on hand today for John Clark.
Defence on hand now for Wigan, as again Leeds come. This time it's Gareth Hewitt, legs pumping, still going. McLaughlin and Smith doing the tackling. Carvel, big second rower, Gareth Carvel. Speak. Scott Rhodes, chance here for Leeds. The ball's flipped out, and it's going to be Kevin Sinfield who takes the chance in the end. They were queuing up for that try. Kirk was waiting outside him, but it was Sinfield who took the pass, and eventually Wigan's defence stretched out wide. The captain acknowledges his teammates' contribution.
Well, the Wigan Warriors just ran out of numbers. The ball comes across, Sinfield puts the pass in. Chapman goes on his own when I think it would be better advised to pass it on to the wingman, but then wrapping round is Kevin Sinfield, already on hand to score with the boot, now with the try. As Rhodes goes across, finds Sinfield, Chapman goes in on his own, and then Kevin Sinfield wrapping round like all good standoffs, creates the extra man. You watch Chris Chapman here, as Rhodes finds him, Sinfield puts the pass out. Chapman throws the dummy, but it's a good tackle. But then Sinfield on the wraparound collects the ball, and there's nobody in the Wigan line to stop him crossing for the second try for Leeds. And he'll be happy with that. Now gets the chance to add the 2 points with the conversion.
Well, he hasn't ended the season in brilliant goal-kicking form, Kevin Sinfield. But this would consolidate what's been a good start for Leeds. He's added the extras, and Leeds already 12 points to 0 ahead, and problems for Wigan.
Wigan always stretched on this right-hand side. Rhodes takes the ball across. It comes to Sinfield eventually, and then Chapman. Chapman throws the dummy. It was the wrong decision, but there were always numbers on the outside once Kevin Sinfield had wrapped round and created the overlap. Again, it's important to mention that he's only 17. Kevin Sinfield already had first-team experience. Always looks so cool, calm and collected, and I think that's a mark of all great players. Kevin Sinfield will be one to watch in the future. For the Wigan's point of view, one to watch this afternoon.
Well, he's certainly lived up to expectations. Kevin Sinfield, a winner of the White Rose Trophy for the Academy Player of the Year. And he's captained this side. There's the clean breaks, 4 already by Leeds, and Wigan yet to make one.
And it shows how strong this Leeds defence is. There are usually 3 men in the tackle, 2 on this occasion, forcing Wigan back. They don't want to give any yardage at all.
Well, Leeds paid Wigan a big compliment in midweek by travelling over to Central Park to watch their game against Hull, their elimination game that Wigan won by 9 points to 8. It's a better kick from Wigan, turning Wainwright right round, but then he's just outrun the chasing pack there until collared by Neil Roden.
It was a better kick from Wigan, but again Wainwright given half a chance on the outside, has great speed. There is Michael Wainwright, enough speed to beat the defender, the covering defender on this occasion, and make good yardage away from his own try line.
Danny Ward. Clark making the tackle there. Wigan really have got to try and hit back soon to prevent Leeds taking a firm grip on this game. Rhodes. Smith doing the tackling along with Neil Roden. That's the 5th tackle. Sinfield kicks to Graham Taberner's wing, and he quite wisely lets that one go out of play.
Yeah, the ball bouncing in front of Graham Taberner, the wingman. Thought about collecting the ball after the bounce, and then thought again and let it just go over the sideline for the scrum. Better to have a scrum with Wigan's feed than a mistake and give Leeds another chance.
So can Wigan engineer something? Dwayne West, another one of the experienced players, son of Graham West, the former Wigan coach. Here's Darrell Lacey. He felt that tackle, did Darrell Lacey. McLaughlin willing to take on those Leeds players. The ball's lost and the referee waves play on, and it's with Gary Smith. Smith tackled by Turley.
It's a good job Turley was awake to the situation there, live to it, or else that would have been a try.
Here's Wrench looking for the try, right underneath those posts now.
And again, Leeds have got the numbers on the right-hand side if they choose to go that way.
Problems here for Wigan as Smith tries to go on his own again. He's held just short. Speak. Rhodes. Back for Wainwright. Good defence from Wigan that time. Isherwood in there. Wainwright eventually taken down, and the referee has awarded the penalty, I think.
I think it was Stuart Fisher, the referee, called for putting the hand between the legs in the tackle and lifting. There you have it. It's almost a dangerous throw, and the referee blew the whistle for the penalty before that developed. Could have been serious injury with that kind of tackle.
More pressure though for Wigan as Chris Chapman takes the ball up. Speak, Sinfield, Jamie Jones-Buchanan trying to barge his way to that line. Clark with the tackle. Rhodes. Sinfield does well to reel that ball in. Try here for Foster, surely, if he can get the ball down. He did. David Foster reached out through the melee of Wigan players and planted that ball down. And Foster gets his 18th try of the season, and there was an inevitability about that with Wigan stretched from right to left.
This is starting to be a worry for Billy McGinty, the Wigan coach. They've been stretched on a number of occasions. Again, Sinfield involved from the pass from Rhodes, and then out on the wing to Foster. That's his 18th try of the season, but they always had the numbers out here, the Leeds Rhinos. Wigan on the slide, trying to stop the attack. Sinfield, and then the step inside from Foster, and just plants the ball down on the line for a great try for Leeds. Rhodes again, quick hand. Sinfield has options either side of him. Finds Foster, who steps back inside, and David Foster, the 18-year-old, scores Leeds' 3rd try. That's a good try. Just put the pressure down on the line. Quick to celebrate, and a good smile from David Foster. As we said, his 18th try of the season. One of the in-form wingers in the competition. And another in-form player, Kevin Sinfield, now with a chance for 2 more.
He's pushed that one across the face of the posts. Nevertheless, Leeds now 16 points to 0 ahead. Wigan might feel aggrieved about this, but I don't think there was much doubt that Foster did get downward pressure on this ball.
Fingertip control from Sinfield, and then Foster. Well, the cameraman was obscured on that occasion, but you see from this angle, yes, definitely a try. And good skill from Foster to keep control of the football. But it must be a worry for the Wigan Warriors. They haven't really got into Leeds half. A couple of kicks that have been poor, then 1 or 2 decent ones, but no real pressure put on the Leeds Rhinos. And they'll look to alter that in this set of 6, I'm sure.
But it's finding a way through this rock-solid Leeds defence that's the problem for Wigan. Well,
the Leeds coaching staff, Dean Bell and Paul Daly, must be congratulated on the way they have drilled this Leeds side in defence and attack.
Well, Martin McLaughlin has gone off for Wigan, and Gareth Chambers has come on, looking to try and make some headway against this Leeds defence. John Clark it was that time. Neil Roden. Chris Farrell, and their penalty going Wigan's way for a change.
Again, 3 minute tackle, but on this occasion James Jules Buchanan just levering the ball out, and both referee and touch judge spotted it for the penalty.
So can Wigan come up with something now? Phil Farrell, the captain, needs to galvanise this side. Neil Roden not with handling like that, and that will be intensely frustrating for this Wigan side. Knock on by Roden.
Neil Roden disappointed. A great opportunity gone begging. Deep backline shot, quick movement of the rugby ball through the hands until he got to Neil Roden. I think he was thinking about the pass before he really took control of it.
Neil Roden, one of several Wigan St Pat's players in this Wigan Academy side. The handling errors, 4 by Leeds and 3 by Wigan, but Leeds have had the lion's share of the possession. Danny Ward, get out of my way. Mark Smith did to start with, but he came back for another shot, wasn't to be deterred.
But Dan Ward still making yardage. I mean, there were 3 men attempting the tackle, and he still managed to get a good 50 metres upfield.
Rhodes, options here for Wigan, for Leeds again. Carvel, that's the 5th tackle.
It's the 2nd and 3rd phase that are causing Wigan problems. The quick play of the ball by Leeds, and the tricky little kick on this occasion from Sinfield, a little bit too long, but always making the Wigan defence think and in fact worry. Sinfield puts this one down off the boot, and I'm sure the Wigan players there, including Neil Turley, will have been happy to see that one go over the dead ball line. But it's the speed of the play of the ball from Leeds that are causing Wigan problems. They're making inroads into the Wigan defence, and then a quick play of the ball in the 2nd and 3rd phase really causing the problems out wide.
Chris Farrell, the man tackled. Fisher on another mistake there, and really the errors mounting from Wigan now.
Well, this is one of the problems we mentioned. They haven't played together a lot, the Wigan side, especially John Clark and Andrew Isherwood.
Whereas this Leeds side have been together most of the season. That still doesn't stop the odd mistake creeping in, as it did there. Forward pass to David Foster, spotted by the referee.
Well, Foster, the try scorer, they can make forgiven Leeds. They have a healthy lead already of 16 points, and they're not frightened to try and push the ball, push the pass to make that scoreboard keep ticking in their favour.
Turley just shows a little dummy and almost got through the gap there, but Sinfield it was who made the tackle. Roden now, smart run from Neil Roden, trying to take on Foster. The winger stood his ground there.
That was good play from Foster, because he was covering for Michael Wainwright at fullback. The wingman had spotted there was nobody home in the fullback spot and crunched Neil Roden the tackle.
Oh, and Darrell Lacey can't take that pass. Another Wigan mistake, and Carvel does well to offload that. Foster. There's a mistake from Darrell Lacey. Here's David Wrench, 19 years old, last year's Academy Player of the Year. Stuart Fisher just pushing his luck there. Danny Ward. Here goes Speak.
Nice darting run again, making yards. Quick play of the ball, and here's the 2nd phase we talk about. Nice pass from Buchanan.
Almost through the gap, Mike Wainwright. Rhodes, Sinfield, Kirk out wide.
On this occasion, the Wigan defence gets across and cuts down the options and the space.
Sinfield puts a little kick in. It's picked up by Chris Farrell.
Andy Farrell's brother, one of twins.
Gareth Chambers. John Clark.
Wigan are really struggling at the moment to find any pattern. I think the game plan's gone out of the window somewhat because of the strong defence they're encountering by the Leeds Rhinos. They're forced into the one-up drives, trying to make yards.
It's Phil Farrell doing that and still going just short of the halfway line. Turley puts a little chip kick in and read that one superbly. The Leeds prop flips the pass away, but Turley was there to snap it up. Fisher, tackled by Foster.
Well, David Wrench plucks it out of the air and then puts a pass in that there was no need for. They'd have been much better advised to keep hold of the ball and build on that Wigan mistake.
Darrell Lacey has gone off, and Chris Irwin, who was unlucky to miss out of the starting lineup, full-back Irwin losing out to Neil Turley in the original choice. Well, Irwin has come on now. Can he help galvanise this Wigan side to hit back, because they desperately need something? Phil Farrell, Chapman with the defence for Leeds there. Chambers. Turley takes it, still on the last, flips the ball out. Chambers still dribbling it through. Turley will pick that up and dot it down, and the referee looks to the touch judges and he's going to consult the touch judge. He hasn't awarded it yet.
Well, I think the question here is, was Neil Turley offside? When the little kick went through and he collected it, he may just have been in front of the Wigan player.
But he's consulted the touch judge and he's awarded the try after all that. Dave Ansell, it was Gareth Chambers who kicked it through. It was Neil Turley who was alive to the situation, and it's the lifeline that Wigan needed.
Exactly right. It's Turley that jumps for the ball, collects it, and then offloads after a struggle. And then just watch the footwork here. And then Turley alerts, nobody at home, and the try for Wigan. And now that could be crucial. Wigan are back into it. It's probably only the third sortie into the Leeds Rhinos half. And Gareth Chambers, bit of neat footwork. There wasn't too much coming from this bomb. Turley did collect it and offload after the struggle, and then Chambers, fancy footwork through the legs of Wainwright, and Turley on hand to pick up and score the try. Here's the bomb. Never enough yardage on it, really. Turley shouts for it, claims it, manages to free it. The ball goes to ground, and then Chambers, 2-3 little kicks through, and Neil Turley scores his 22nd try of the season, and one that could be so crucial for Wigan this afternoon.
Well, he has been a crucial contributor to Wigan's progress to this grand final. The drop goal against Hull in the eliminator last week. He's kicked 82 goals already this season, and few will have been more straightforward than this, right in front of the posts. Straight through the middle. Turley has contributed 6 points to Wigan's cause and given them hope of hitting back. 16-6 the scoreline.
More important than that, they take the big 0 off the scoreboard. Neil Turley struggling to release the pass, gets it down, the chance, and then Chambers, 3 passes, the nutmeg through Michael Wainwright, the fullback's legs, and then Turley picks up for the try. And he'll be pleased with that one, just to get that 0 off the scoreboard and bring Wigan back into this game. They now get the chance to kick off and try and pin the Leeds Rhinos down inside their own half.
8 minutes to go till the break, and that will have just given Leeds food for thought. Believe that they were in for a comfortable ride, not that they ever would have done against a side of Wigan's reputation, but it was beginning to look that way. And it did take something pretty extraordinary to find a way through this Leeds defence. Carvel on the charge. Gareth Carvel, one of several players who's surely got a big future here at Leeds Rhinos. Danny Ward, another one.
Big future and a big presence on the field.
Big everything, really.
Noticeable though, Bill, that in 5 tackles, that Leeds have just advanced straight upfield with straight drives, and now Foster with another chance.
Still
Sinfield
advancing.
support, beautiful pass to Rhodes.
Scott Rhodes with the try. What a way to hit back.
That skill of the highest order, that. 3 players there involved right at the end of that movement. Scott Rhodes, Kevin Sinfield and David Foster to score the try. It really was well worked. On the last tackle, they decided to run it down the short side. Sinfield involved again. Here's Rhodes, finds Foster. Foster steps back inside. There's Sinfield, and support play of the highest order from Scott Rhodes for the try. And the Wigan Warriors rocked on their heels, having scored a try within the first set after the restart. Leeds respond with yet another one. And Scott Rhodes, the 17-year-old, crosses for his 9th try of the season. Sinfield involved on a couple of occasions. There's Rhodes, the other half-back. Foster puts it back inside. Sinfield draws the man. And on his shoulder, Scott Rhodes, the number 7, for his 9th try of the season. There's Dean Bell, the coach. He must be pleased with that.
He'll be a bit happier having seen his side concede a sloppy try. They've hit back in the best possible way, and Sinfield should increase his goal tally. 2 from 4 so far. He's kicked that one. And Leeds 22 points to 6 ahead, and Wigan's hopes dealt a rapid blow there.
That was a pass from Sinfield, stepped into the tackler, or the would-be tackler, just to draw him away from the number 7, Scott Rhodes. And he realised as soon as he received that rugby ball that he was going to score for Leeds. And I think half the Wigan side realised exactly the same time.
Pained expression on the face of Billy McGinty, a shrug of the shoulders. He's had a hard couple of weeks getting this side to this grand final.
Just looking at Billy McGinty there and the long shadows on the field, maybe Wigan would be well advised to put the high kick up into the left-hand corner, right-hand corner of Leeds.
Well,
if they are looking into the sun.
If they can get in a position to take advantage of that. Isherwood on the charge. Chris Farrell has gone off, and Liam Jones has come on. Chunky winger Jones. This is Gareth Chambers meanwhile. Diskin making the tackle there.
Inside the last 5 minutes of this first half. And it will be very important for Wigan to finish on a high and hopefully score a try.
Well, there is the kick from Fisher. Kirk underneath it. He's lost it. The ball's still loose. And the referee, I think, is going to consult the touch judge again. Kirk was underneath that one and had obviously listened to Joe Lydon's coaching advice. And the kick came off. It's earned them a penalty, in fact. Offside.
Well, Michael Wainwright couldn't collect the high kick. It was into the sun. But then the Leeds player was offside trying to gather the ball, and the referee had no choice but to give the penalty to Wigan. Now let's see if they can put another try on the scoreboard just before half-time.
Isherwood's lost that ball. Referees waved play on, and frustration for Wigan there.
Well, again, the first tattle in the set of 6, and another mistake by Wigan. Isherwood using the ball to bounce into the Leeds player. And this is the hard thing for Wigan. They make the mistake, and then straight away they see Ward and Wrench driving the ball right into the heart of their defence. And it causes problems, and they got a penalty on this occasion. Phil Farrell just pushing Dan Ward over, not allowing to play the ball quickly. Sinfield belts the ball into touch with a kick, and Leeds, almost like a machine, start again.
It's David Wrench. Diskin, who's taken over from Andy Speak. Penalties, well, Leeds ahead on that shout, 5-2. Jones Buchanan, and I think Clark had a little go at him there. More than a little go.
Use of the right elbow. Clark aggrieved at something. Well, dropped on Jamie Jones Buchanan with using the right elbow, and this will give Sinfield yet another shot at goal. Instead, they must have looked at the clock and realised that maybe there is a try in the offering.
2 minutes left in this first 40. And can they rub salt into the Wigan wounds? Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Tackled by Phil Farrell, Diskin and Rhodes. Danny Ward. Rhodes on the run around. Gareth Carvell.
Carvell turned for support, there was nobody there, but Scott Rhodes has put some beautiful passes in, really causing Wigan problems.
And the referee's gone for his pocket, and somebody's on the way to the sin bin.
It's Stuart Fisher. It's 10 minutes in the sin bin for Fisher. There was no real argument in Stuart Fisher either. He realised as soon as the referee blew the whistle that he was on his way to the sin bin.
Oh, and then Leeds lose possession.
Well, it'll be a scrum down with Wigan to feed as the clock ticks towards half-time.
There was a mistake by David Wrench. Fisher going to the sin bin for a professional foul.
Yep, just hold him back. But remember that the second half he'll miss 9 minutes of that as well, and that could be a big problem for Wigan. Already on the rack.
It's not going Wigan's way. Isherwood and Danny Ward trundling him back to his own line. Carvell as well. The Leeds supporters approving of that. Bretherton hasn't really had a chance to run with the ball. Liam Bretherton. He's got tremendous pace but hasn't had an opportunity to show it. Phil Farrell trying to attack Leeds out wide, but there's no way through there on the last. And Turley puts the deep kick in, straight out. And it really isn't going Wigan's way.
Well, this was a better kick, but just a couple of inches too far. You could see the lime or the whitewash dust fly up there, and that was straight in touch. So yet again, in the dying seconds of this first half, Leeds get another chance.
The whistle goes for full-time. For half-time, I beg your pardon. But Wigan wish it was full-time. And Scott Rhodes, one of the try scorers for Leeds in an emphatic first 40 minutes performance. And coming up after, have a look at the